you take full, I'm talking about just full advantage of that team. And that's what Philadelphia did. They went out there and didn't take their foot off the gas pedal at all. Jalen Hurts was supposed to be hurt. All he did was account for 3 touchdowns, 2 in the air, 1 on the ground. His shoulder was supposed to be a certain way. He still ran the football effectively. And then the defensive side of the ball, they completely wiped out the receiving core of the Giants. I thought the Giants had a decent little receiving core that could possibly get open at times. They did nothing. Zero. Saquon Barkley looked like a shell of himself, and Daniel Dimes looked like the old Daniel Jones from a couple years ago. So I think it was a little impressive to me just based on how they beat them.
Absolutely. I completely agree with you, Keyshawn. They beat them down. No doubt about it. They just reminded them there's levels to this. You're not on it. You had a really, really nice season. You deserve to be applauded for that. But we need you to go back to the drawing board and get your team together. You got a lot of work to do because it takes a certain level to be where you are this evening. It ends now. And that's exactly how they treated them, which is what I told Molly before the game.
Yeah, I had to get in here. I'll just say, I do think before Patrick Mahomes got hurt, the Chiefs were about to boat race Jacksonville. That's kind of what I'm accounting for here, the injury, the fact that they still beat them. Yeah, to me, it's just about the circumstances. Now, the Eagles looked like the more dominant team, but I'll say this. I actually think the Jacksonville offense is better than the Giants offense. It was a little bit of a, I don't want to say fool's gold, but watching them against New York, it was almost a more of a, not more of a, but it was a referendum on how bad the Vikings defense was, which I tried to tell you guys all season, no big deal. Whereas I think Jacksonville, that offense, I actually believe in them a lot, and I think they're going to be really good next year.
See, when you know, Mina, one of the things that was always taught to us in the locker room was when you got an opponent like the Giants, you don't let them up for air. And you play solid. Don't play down to the competition. You play up and over and above because you know they can't match you. So what you do is you keep your foot on their throat and you annihilate them to the point that they want to quit. They just want to check out and the coaches want to not shower, get on the bus, and go home. Both of y'all been in them locker rooms in depressing losses, watching teams, covering teams and how the coaches are heads are down, players don't want to talk. That's what you want to do to them. You want to make them know next time they play you, they better come with their A game, or else the same thing is going to happen.
That's exactly how they treated them as well.
All right. Real quick, Keyshawn, obviously the Eagles going on and play the Niners. Do you think Eagles offense is a better unit or the Niners defense?
I feel like the Eagles offense is a better unit. I feel that way because I still see a little bit of holes from time to time in the secondary of San Francisco if the front doesn't get there. I love the young corner in Diamador Lenore. He's shown up over these last couple playoff games. In fact, since he's taken over at the corner spot, Travarius Ward, I still have my question marks about him. I know they paid him a lot of money, but it seems like the teams target him more than they do the other guy. So that's the only I want to see that skill position matchup, but I think the Eagles have a better unit offensively than the defensive side of the ball for 49ers.
Yeah, I agree. It's tough, man, because the Niners are clearly the best defense left in this thing, and when you have units that are this good, it comes down to matchups. And to Keyshawn's point, I think the Eagles have so many answers on offense, they'll be able to attack some of the very few weaknesses in the Niners defense. The other thing is the Niners defense has struggled a little bit with mobile quarterbacks, so I wouldn't be surprised if Philadelphia looks better against them than some of the other teams we've seen.
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to go with the 49ers defense. I mean, obviously, I could have said the Eagles offense, but I saw 2 people going at me on my A-list and asked me about defensive players. Why am I going to ignore that now?
That is true.
I mean, that's what happened. That's what I thought. I heard about Nick Bosa being able to get at the quarterback. I heard about the speed and athleticism in their secondary. I heard about all of this other stuff. And so I'm looking at it from that perspective. And I'm saying, hey, listen, these ain't the Giants. These are the 49ers. And no matter how the Eagles look against the Giants, it's going to be a different animal.
You're not getting ready to get away with this one, Mina. He sat up there and said, we attacked him for Nick Bosa, an individual, top 5 individual players left, not top 5 units left. You ain't slick.
Yeah.
He trying to be slick, Mina. Come on, man. We talking about the whole unit.
You're right. You're 100%
So when you,
right.
Yeah, he trying. Ooh, he's slick.
Yeah.
Look at him. And then when you talk about a unit, the 3 receivers. See, part of the problem with units is the San Francisco have 3 corners that can cover the 3 or 4 skill position players that the Eagles are going to put on the field. That's the big problem that you have, because when you get them in nickel and dime situations and you spread them out, something that I thought the Cowboys was going to be able to do, they obviously clearly didn't listen, you have a better shot. And I think the Eagles, with the 3 to 4, including the tight end, much like Kansas City did earlier in the year in Week 8, is a different unit. I don't know that they do. I don't know that they have those guys.
Because we only get graced with your presence and Mina's today. Can you pick the games for us? Are you allowed to do that? Thank you. Heard it here first. Breaking news on First Take. Keyshawn Johnson, #1 pick, has who out of the NFC?
I'm going to take the Eagles. Even though
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to take Jalen Hurts, man. I hate to do it, but I'm going to take Jalen Hurts.
All right. What about AFC?
No.
Key? AFC?
Key?
Oh, AFC.
Yeah.
I was waiting.
And then we'll have
I'm going to go with Kansas City. I feel like they got a revenge factor coming.
Wow.
You know, Patrick Mahomes can't go out like this, man.
All right.
Go ahead, Mina.
Mina?
I've got the Eagles. The quarterback discrepancy is it for me. And like I said, I think that their offense will be able to put up points on San Francisco. It's very close then. And then the AFC, I'm going Cincinnati entirely because of the ankle injury. Entirely.
All right. You can't give yours yet.
I'll give my pick
tomorrow.
Friday. I'm going to wait till Friday.
Wait, what's today? Today's Tuesday?
Today's Tuesday.
Oh my gosh,
to give Joe Burrow a title that he does not necessarily deserve. I get it. He had a great weekend. He's had a great career so far, and you want to say something definitively great about him. So you say that Patrick Mahomes is the best player in football, who also has to be a quarterback, but Joe Burrow is the best quarterback at quarterbacking?
Right. I mean,
what are we doing here?
Right. Joe Burrow is the best quarterback. Patrick Mahomes is the best player. Oh, what position does Patrick play? Quarterback. Oh, okay.
And yeah, it's okay to say Joe Burrow is incredible, but he's not quite Patrick Mahomes, because that's what Dan's saying there.
I would sit there and say, like, there's no bigger fan of Joe Burrow than me, but obviously there is, and it's Orlovsky. But look, I mean, the point he's making is he's playing the quarterback position. He's absolutely right. The guy is absolutely dominating. He's doing everything. Patrick Mahomes is the best player I've ever seen. And it's that simple.
I actually agree with Dan from this standpoint. He really reminds me of a young Tom Brady. You go back to that first touchdown to Jamar Chase, he was uncovered, and Tom Brady would rip your heart out if you drop coverage for a nanosecond.
You don't have to do this, Mike. You don't have to.
I understand it.
You don't have to do this.
I understand.
I promise you, you don't have to compare him to Tom Brady. No one's making you.
But my eyes are telling. But my eyes are telling. Yes,
he got
his accuracy,
Mike,
his anticipation.
Tom Brady got 7 Super Bowls, Mike. What are we talking about?
He's 45 years old.
What are we talking about?
Joe Burrow is awfully young. Marcus. Oh, my goodness, we've lost Marcus.
Don't kill Marcus. I love Marcus.
Mr.
Don't kill him with your bad takes.
That's your guy, by the way, Dan Orlovsky. Every single afternoon, NFL Live, you guys are out there having these conversations. What do you think of what he said?
That's your guy, Swagoo.
Wins and losses matter, okay? And the reason why I said what I just said about the potential of Joe Burrow becoming the guy, because this will be now 4, okay? And when I say the guy, I mean the guy that is going to win championships. It has nothing to do with him being the best quarterback. Y'all, this is a simple barbershop conversation, and y'all know I love to put when we on TV in context of the barbershop. That's how I do TV. Okay, I do TV like I did, talking to my uncles and my daddy and all of the dudes in the barbershop who all think they right and most of them wrong, and it's the one dude that make all the damn sense in the barbershop. If you ever been to a black barbershop in the hood, that's what happens. A lot of screaming and shouting, and then one of the OGs walk in, he say 3 words, and everybody know he right. Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL. All right, now we could end it at that. All right, but I'll go a step further. because I think the world of Joe Burrow. Y'all know my affinity for Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow delivered a national championship, the best team ever at Louisiana State University. He is the guy that I think will be in competition with Mahomes to win Super Bowls based on how he's currently constructed. Do y'all know if Patrick Mahomes had Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd, he would throw for 7,000 yards a season? Are we seriously having this conversation? Look, Joe Burrow is phenomenal.